This practice is brought to you by Shanthi Project, a 501c3 educational nonprofit teaching social emotional resiliency through the practice of mindfulness.
We are going to do the lake meditation today. And the lake meditation is a mindful moment that helps us to just drop into the body, to focus our attention, to just get clear and quiet. And so this is a nice meditation for a Monday. If you had a busy weekend or you did show up this morning feeling rested or sleepy, it's just a nice one to get into the whole body and just focus on how we're feeling. And so we're going to begin officially. So let's just start out by taking 3 cycles of breath in, where we breathe in through the nose and we exhale out through the mouth. So cleansing rounds of breath. So go ahead and just take a generous inhale through the nose. And then exhale out through an open mouth. And then try that again, breathing in and exhaling out. And once again. And now just take a moment to move and shift the body a little, rock the head a little side to side, or roll the neck down, chin to chest, ear to shoulder, head back, opposite ear, opposite shoulder, and chin back to chest. And then just go back the way that you came, rolling the neck around. Or if you prefer to just move the head a little side to side. And then take a moment and lift the shoulders and roll them down the back. And then just nestling into the seat that you are in, resting the back so that the spine feels supported in this moment. And then moving that attention down into the navel and the hips. And making sure that where you're seated, the sit bones, the low back body have a nice solid place to ease their way into. And then noticing tops of thighs and backs of legs all the way down to the tops and the soles of your feet. Just allowing for the legs to become a little bit heavier. And the word that came up for me in that moment was a little freedom, or being freer in the legs, and letting the toes just be at rest. And so noticing here the whole body, easing its way down. Noticing if there is resistance or restriction anywhere. And just observing, what does that feel like for you? Is there a challenge to letting yourself rest at ease? When you notice that there is potentially tension in the body, does the rest of the body tighten up? Or can you take a single breath in and exhale out and focus your mind and relax the body, or put the body at rest? So just spend a moment or two here scanning the body, using our triangle of awareness, our thoughts, our physical sensations, and our emotions to just help us drop in this space, to this time. Noticing that sounds or distractions from the brain may arise. And we have a choice if we want to follow along with them or let them flow freely. Now let's just bring more of our awareness to our breath, the actual physical sensation of the breath. Noticing as it comes in, noticing as it goes out. Letting the breath just be as it is, without trying to change or regulate the breath in any way. Allowing each inhalation and each exhalation to flow naturally. And staying with your own rhythm or pace. Knowing you are breathing perfectly well right now, just as you are. Nothing for you to do. Allowing a sense of being complete, whole, just in this very moment. Letting your breath be your breath. Now, as you rest here, let's bring the image or place our focus on an image of a lake. So bringing that form into your mind's eye. It can be a body of water, large or small. It can be a place that is familiar to you. And your viewpoint can be of a familiar place or an image that you've seen. And so imagine water held in a receptive basin by the earth itself. Water that likes to pool in low places. It seeks its own level, and it asks to be held and contained in that space. Letting the image gradually come into greater focus, even if it doesn't come as a visual image. Allowing the sense of this lake or feeling its presence. Knowing that you are standing safe on the side of this waterway. And the lake you're invoking may be deep or shallow, blue or green, muddy or clear. There may be wind. The surface may be flat. It may be mirror-like, reflecting images of trees and rocks, sky and clouds, and holding everything in itself momentarily. Wind may come up and stir waves, causing the reflection to change and shift. The images, the reflection may distort or disappear, but then sunlight may sparkle in the ripples and dance on the waves. When night comes, there is an image of the moon reflecting in this pool of water. When the surface shifts, the image of the moon shifts. It may seem like it's dancing. And in the night sky, we may notice that now the trees are just a shadow. And so as you breathe, maintaining without force this image of your lake. Knowing that as you view this space, that you are safe. And as you breathe, breathe into that image. Knowing that as the seasons change, the view of the lake will change. In winter, the lake may freeze over. In spring and fall, there may be a flourishing of life or a quieting of activity. And as you rest here, breathing, establishing that image of the lake in your mind's eye, allow yourself, when you feel ready, to bring it inside of yourself completely so that your being merges with the lake, becomes one with it, so that all your energies in this moment are held in awareness with openness and compassion for yourself. In the same way as the lake's waters are held by the receptive banks in the basin of the earth, the feeling of being held. Breathing as the lake, feeling its body as your body, allowing your mind and heart to be open and receptive, moment by moment, to reflect whatever comes near, or to be clear all the way to the bottom. Or you may experience moments of complete stillness when both reflection and water are completely clear. In other moments, perhaps when the surface is choppy or distorted or stirred up, and then the reflection and the depth is lost for a moment. And as you rest here in your chair or in your seat, simply observe the play of the various energies of your own mind and heart, the fleeting thoughts and feelings, impulses and reactions, which come and go as ripples and waves of water. noting their effects. Observing how the changing energies around the lake and on the surface of the lake are very similar to when the energies change around us. And how we can be still, or how we can be choppy, or clear and unclear. Noticing the effects of your thoughts and feelings. Do they disturb the surface and the clarity of the mind's lake? Do they muddy the waters? Is that okay with you? Might it be possible to identify not only with the surface of the lake, but with the entire body of water, so that you become the stillness below the surface? An experience of gentleness, even when the surface is choppy and ragged. Under the surface, there's stillness and a gentleness, just like we can have within ourselves. So, in the same way, your mindfulness practice and in your daily life, you can be in touch with not only the changing content and intensity of your thoughts and feelings, but also with the vast, unwavering reservoir of awareness itself, residing right below the surface of your mind. This is what the lake can teach us or remind us about ourselves. So as you breathe in this moment, observing for yourself the steadiness, the gentleness, the stillness that we can have within, even when things outside of us may be dark or windy or unsettled. And we cultivate that awareness under the surface. And so that no matter what arises outside of us, we have that container to be held. If you find this analogy of the lake, the surface of the lake, the depth of the lake resonates with you, sit for a few more moments observing that reservoir, that basin of water. Allowing the breath to start to permeate in this moment. letting that rhythm and that pace of the breath be natural. And so dwelling here in stillness of this moment, and carrying that vast reservoir of mindfulness within your heart. And as you start to bring more of the breath to the front of the brain, the focus, the focal point, begin to let the image of the lake start to go to the background of the mind. And bringing yourself back into the seat of the chair in the room that you are in. Knowing that you can continue to sustain this lake mindfulness practice on your own. You can do this in silence, moment by moment, being the lake with its own storms and moments of peace at any given time. And let's take another generous breath in through the nose together. And exhale out through the mouth. And if your eyes were closed, just slowly letting your eyes softly open. Continuing to let the body just be what it is and where it is. And just feeling the effects of sitting in stillness with the breathing and exploring the idea of having this reservoir of mindfulness in your heart.